Well, hello. All right. So everybody keeps talking about waiting for rates to drop so that they'll get into the real estate market. So I want to kind of put a perspective on what we're sort of coaching on it in regards to that. I think if you're waiting for rates to decrease, I think that's one of the worst mistakes you can make in real estate. I can only speak from personal experience that I believe that, my best opportunities in real estate have occurred when I focus on the pricing of houses rather than the actual interest rates. What you have to really look at is over the past 3 years, if you haven't seen, the number one problem that you're reading in the news right now is you're seeing all these little stories of people who, bought houses during the peak of the market changing like a year ago or whatever the case is, and now they can't afford their houses. So you see that problem happening everywhere. Those people were the same people that waited for the rates to decrease. Okay, so they are exactly what your consumers are doing today. So you have live examples right now where you can show your clients and say, hey, listen, at the rates, look at what's happened. If you play the rate game over the price game, that doesn't make a lot of sense. And I'll actually tell you a little bit further beyond that. We've entered into what I call the pent-up buyer demand. So when everybody is waiting right now, you can say, oh, the spring market, that's why everybody. No, most buyers are putting a pause on moving. And they're putting a pause on moving right now. It's not a listing issue. They're putting the pause on moving because they are waiting for the rates to decrease. So if you're waiting for the rates to decrease, so are thousands of other buyers right now. Tons of buyers are waiting for the rates to decrease. I'm not sure why, but anyway, they're waiting for the rates to decrease before they get into the housing market. So as soon as those rates decrease, you're going to have that pent-up buyer demand will hit the market at the same time as other buyers are waiting. What's that going to do? We've seen it. In history, we've seen it. Okay, so people are going to flood the market, and then they're going to probably start bidding higher, and then the inventory is going to drop because we don't have enough of it to begin with to control the pent-up demand that's currently happening. So then what's going to end up happening? We're going to be right back to square one where you're going to pay more for houses. So if you're looking at the problems that people are having today, they are having problems because they waited for the rates to decrease. And then they got into the market when the prices were increasing. And the whole idea of real estate is, buy low, sell high. I don't know where that saying disappeared to, where it was like low rates. I don't know. There's no other saying around it. But I will say that buy low, sell high has always been a mantra in real estate. So if you're looking at the best prices in the last few years, it's been this year. So, buy a house, look for the price because you're marrying that price. You can lock into an interest rate for a year or two, which I think some of the rates are actually pretty good. I don't really see them. If you look at the United States, they're at 6.7 right now, and they're in multiple offers. So we're, when you're looking at the parallel of that, I think our rates are actually pretty good. Our housing prices, have adjusted so nicely that there's some wicked deals out there. Seller motivation has been really excellent. I'm really happy with seller motivation. So I think, the perfect storm, in my opinion, is right now. So I always hinder that a little bit, in these coaching tips. I don't want to go on too long, but when I hear people say, I'm waiting for the rates to go down, I really think that's a bad, error judgment. When you really look at that, the pent-up demand that's happening with people saying that right now is exorbitant. And, my concern again really is that you have pent-up buyer demand. When those rates drop, they're going to flood the market, they're going to flood the pricing, and that's not where I want to be. I want to get the best bang for the buck for my house that I'm buying. And that means I'm going to focus more on the price as opposed to rates. I have never seen anybody who bought a house, again, at a wickedly low price or a great deal of a price and couldn't afford the payments and whatnot, and be smart about that. When that market upswings, okay, so hypothetically, if I buy a house this year and I'm like, okay, I'm happy with the price because it was lower than it's been in years. I'm okay with the rates. I can afford the payments and I lock into those for a couple of years, which is really great. When those rates drop, which is predicted within the next year, and those prices jump up, do I want to wait till then to own the house and watch the prices go up? Or do I want to own the house now, sit back, watch, and go, yes, my house just went up 20,000. Yes, my house just went up 40,000. That is way better than waiting for the rates to drop and watching the house prices increase and then buying them at the increase and worrying if the house prices are going to drop and balance out again. So that's kind of my opinion on that. I thought I'd share that with you guys. Again, you don't have to agree with the opinion on it, but I would say the buy low, sell high, that's kind of, the rules of real estate. So waiting for the rates to decrease when I think they're actually fairly good right now, I wouldn't recommend it. I would recommend that this is a really great market right now across Canada, and we have a housing crisis. So it's inevitable that within the next couple of years, the prices are going to jump back up again. So why wait? Why wait for that? Lock in at a rate you like, find a house that's a wickedly awesome deal in price, get into it, and then 2 years from now, what are you going to be doing? You're going to be happy you didn't miss the opportunity. Okay? I hope you enjoy it.